Hi, good morning, students. In the last class, we discussed some applications of cross product of two vectors. And so now here in this, one more application is there based on the cross product of two vectors, and let us see that is when two vectors are perpendicular to each other. So then you may write that as a note. So write that point as a note. So that means when two vectors are perpendicular, parallel to each other. When two vectors A bar is equal to, let us take this as Ax I cap plus Ay j cap plus Az k cap, and B bar is equal to Bx I cap plus By j cap plus Bz k cap, or parallel. That means we already discussed in the properties like when two vectors are parallel to each other, then their cross product will be a null vector, right? So because that AB sin theta you will get, sin theta value will be 0. And so that is null vector. So we can derive one condition here. Like they will give some condition as we discussed in the applications of dot product. In dot product we discussed like when two vectors are perpendicular, then dot product of those two vectors will be 0. And from that we can find the unknown values in the given in the one of the vector, like either one of the component of this any of this vector will be given as unknown. So we can find that value by equating the dot product to 0. And similarly here also we can use that such a similar property here. That means some unknowns will be given in one of the vector. So we can find those unknowns if those two vectors are parallel to each other. So then we know the condition like when these two vectors are parallel, then the cross product should be equal to 0. So therefore we know when two vectors are parallel, then A bar cross B bar will be equal to 0, or 0 bar you can write. That means it is a null vector. And so now we can find the cross product of these two vectors and we can equate it to 0. So just I am finding this now, A bar cross B bar is equal to. So you can write this as our general procedure, like this is I cap, J cap and K cap, and A bar is nothing but like Ax, Ay and Az, and this is Bx, By and Bz, right? And we can find the cross product of these vectors and we can write like this. So I will write here. So therefore from this A bar cross B bar, you can write this as from this. I am writing here, then we I cap into, then these two product of these terms we need to write. So I am writing it directly here as you know this. So then Ay Bz into minus By Az minus J cap into, now we need to multiply these two terms. Ax Bz minus Bx Az plus K cap of, next to these terms we need to multiply here, like Ax By minus Ay Bx. So now this is nothing but this value should be equal to 0 here. That means this total vector should be a null vector, right? When this vector is null vector, then we can say that each and every component of that vector should be equal to 0. That means x component should be 0, y component should be 0, z component should be 0. So therefore you can equate them. You can equate them to 0. So then I can write this as, therefore what we can write this here is Ay Bz minus By Az is equal to 0. That means each and every component should be equal to 0, right? And therefore from this what you can write here is Ay by by is equal to az by bz. Just we can observe that, write these two are equal, then just ay by by is equal to az by bz I am writing there, right? And let's suppose this is equation 1. Next, similarly, let us equate this j cap coefficient to 0. So then j cap coefficient is 0 means then this is ax bz minus bx az is equal to 0. And similarly, from this what you can conclude is ax by bx is equal to az by bz. Let's suppose this is equation 2. And from these two equations itself, now you can get the conclusion here, right? And you can equate this value is also 0, then you will get these two terms are equal, right? That you can already get from this by equating these two equations here, because in these two equations this right hand side term is same. Therefore, from 1 and 2 itself what we can write is, you can equate that also 0 and you can write the term if you want. So then directly I am writing here from 1 and 2, what we can write here is ax by bx is equal to ay by by is equal to az by bz. That means this ratio will be a constant value here. You can assume any constant there, that ratio. So that means now that is the condition which we need to use here. When two vectors are parallel to each other, ratio of their coefficients must be same. Is it clear? That means the ratio of I cap coefficients and the j cap coefficients and k cap coefficients must be same, and that ratio must be a constant value. And this is nothing but, suppose if I am taking this value as some m for example. Now what we can write here is that a bar and b bar vectors, we can write this as like this: a bar is equal to some constant m into b bar. That may be either you can write this as b bar is equal to some constant into a bar, or a bar is equal to some constant into b bar. Just that constant terms will be reversing there. If you are writing a bar is equal to b bar, for example, if it is like, if you are getting like a bar is equal to 2b bar, if you are getting, then if you are writing b bar is equal to then 1 by 2 into a bar we will get here. That means either of that way you can write here. Just only this constant value differs there. If you are writing a bar is equal to some constant into b bar, or b bar is equal to some constant into a bar. Clear? So that means this is the condition that we need to use when two vectors are parallel to each other. So when two vectors are parallel to each other, or this, the ratio of these coefficients must be same. That ax by bx, or that should be equal to ay by by, and that should be equal to az by bz, right? And so simply I will give an example based on this, so that you will get the clarity about that. So that is a condition to be used in that case. And so now here I am taking this condition like if a bar is equal to 2y cap plus 4j cap minus 3k cap and b bar is equal to some 8i cap plus some bj cap minus ck cap, or parallel vectors, then find b and c. That means these are some constants here, b and c. So we need to find that b and c values if those two vectors are parallel to each other, right? That means in case of dot product, only such a one unknown will be there here. In case of this, that means when two vectors are perpendicular. If two vectors are parallel, such a two unknowns may be given here. So now simply we need to use that equation here. So that means if two vectors are parallel, I am writing that formula again. If two vectors are parallel, then we can write that relation as ax by bx is equal to AY by BY, and that is equal to AZ by BZ. So that value will be equal to some constant, right? Now let us use our values here. So AX means here we need to use 2. So 2 by BX means 8. So this is equal to 4 by AY. BY is B. And this is equal to AZ minus 3 by minus 6. Along with the sign you need to write here, right? And so then from this you can simplify this value as so from this what we can write is 4 by B is equal to 1 by 4 by using this these two terms here, and so that you can write this B as 16. So then similarly if you are using these two terms here, so then similarly that you can write this as 3 by C is equal to 1 by 4. So again that C is equal to 12 you can write. So those are these A values and B values here. That means A and B values, we can find those values like this. A value, B value is B and C values. B is 16 and C is 12. Therefore finally that B bar you can write this as, that B bar finally we can express this as 8I cap plus 16J cap minus 12K cap. So minus is already there given here. If it is given as a plus C for example, then automatically here you will get this minus 12 you will get, then minus 12 we need to substitute, already that value is given here. Now you can observe this, actually from this we can express this value as, that means now the relation between A bar and B bar can be expressed as, this B bar is equal to, I can write this as B bar is equal to 4 into A bar you can write. Right, that is another way of expressing the two parallel vectors. That means you can observe this. If you are multiplying this A bar with the 4, then 4 means 2 into 4, 8, and this is 16, and this is nothing but 12. So then if the vectors or two vectors are able to express in this form, then also you can say that A bar and B bar are parallel vectors, right? So like that also generally we can express parallel vectors like that also. And that constant is nothing but the ratio of these coefficients here. So you can solve this, you can find the unknown values basing on this cross product rule, you can find like this. And there will be some other simple problems will be there basing on this product of the two vectors here, which you can solve easily. Like the simple questions means what I can write here is like simple questions like A bar, what is the angle between A bar cross B bar and A bar plus B bar? What is the angle between A bar cross B bar and A bar plus B bar? So that angle is, the angle between them will be equal to pi by 2, right? So simply what we can say is, if you are taking the two vectors, then A bar plus B bar is nothing but the resultant of those two vectors here. Suppose if you are taking this as A bar and B bar here, only this is the A bar plus B bar. The resultant of those two vectors will lies in between them only. Or we can say that lies in the same plane of A bar and B bar. And now this A bar cross B bar will lies perpendicular to this A bar cross B bar vector. So the angle between this A bar cross B bar and A bar plus B bar will be equal to 90 degrees. That means that is a simple question. Such a simple questions will be there. Or otherwise sometimes the questions will be there like if mod of A bar cross B bar is equal to A bar dot B bar, then what is the angle between them? So what is the angle between them means just you can use this formula here. This value is nothing but AB sin theta and this is nothing but AB cos theta. And so from this we can write this tan theta is equal to 1, or that implies that theta is nothing but pi by 4, 45 degrees you can answer here. Or the same relation sometimes they may give like this. They may express this another question as, if suppose mod of A bar cross B bar is equal to root 3 into A bar dot B bar, right? Then find A bar plus B bar. So now they will ask the questions like this. That means or mod of A bar plus B bar. The magnitude we need to find here. Then find mod of A bar plus B bar. So then simply you can use our relation here. From this you can calculate that value here. Like from this you can write this value as tan theta is equal to, by using a similar relation. So this is AB sin theta, this is AB sin theta is equal to root 3 into AB cos theta, and therefore this tan theta is equal to root 3, right? And so therefore theta is equal to pi by 3, 60 degrees. If theta is 60 degrees, then you can find the mod of A bar cross B bar value there. Like suppose A bar plus B bar value, sorry. So A bar plus B bar is nothing but you can write this as under root of A square plus B square plus 2AB cos 60. So right, so which I can write this as A square plus B square plus AB under root. So that is nothing but that mod of A bar plus B bar. So like that, such a simple questions will be there. Just you need to apply this formula only, and those questions you can solve easily. So just go through those questions and practice such a type of questions there, right? Just by applying that dot product or cross product definitions. And next in this, let us see the triple product of vectors. And actually this cross product of vectors, that means up to product of two vectors is sufficient for us, and rarely we need to use that scalar triple product of vectors. So that means whether you discussed it up to now, we discussed about the product of either dot product or cross product. We discussed about product of two vectors only. So now it is the triple product of vectors. So in this again two types will be there, scalar triple product and vector triple product. So first I am discussing about this scalar triple product. So scalar triple product means, again by the name it is clear that the product of those three vectors will be equal to a scalar. That means that gives a scalar quantity. Then it is said to be a scalar triple product. So just to mention that if the product of three vectors, is a scalar, then it is called scalar triple product. So now to define this scalar triple product mathematically, let us consider actually what it actually represents. So then suppose if I am taking a parallelepiped like this, parallelepiped formed by the three vectors I am taking here, three vectors as the adjacent sides of the parallelepiped. This is A bar, B bar and C bar, right? And so now we know that if you are finding the cross product of A bar and B bar, if you find, that gives the area of this parallelogram formed by those two vectors, right? So that means then the base area we can write here as base area means that is nothing but this area of parallelogram. So that base area we can write here as mod of this is B bar cross A bar, right? So which is nothing but BC. I am taking that angle as phi in between B bar and C bar. So BC sin phi you will get. And now suppose if you want to find volume of this parallelepiped. So then volume of this parallelepiped means then this area into this altitude of this parallelepiped we need to write here. Therefore this volume we can write here as volume of this parallelepiped is equal to base area into h, height we need to write. Therefore this base area is BC sin phi into that height we can write by using this triangle here. That means we are assuming this area A bar is making an angle theta with this vertical, and so then this angle will be theta now, right? And so now from this you can write, from this right angle triangle you can write this h value as A cos theta we can write, that h is equal to, right? And so let us substitute this value here. This is BC sin phi into A cos theta. And so now simply what we can write is, now we can express this as, so therefore this volume B is equal to, we can write this as A bar dot of B bar cross C bar, right? So if you are finding B bar cross C bar, then it gives BC sin phi, it's magnitude. And actually it gives a vector which is perpendicular to the plane containing A bar and B bar. That means in this direction you will get a vector like this. Then we are finding the cross product. That means that vector will be perpendicular to this plane you will get. Like suppose if BC are lying in this plane, then perpendicular to that plane you will get. Or here if BC are lying in horizontal plane for example, then that vector B bar cross C bar will be in vertical direction you will get. And now this angle between this B bar and B bar cross C bar and this C bar is A bar is nothing but theta. So then dot product between those two vectors is nothing but you can express like this. So that is the general, that means now what we are concluding, now this is nothing but we call the scalar triple product. Now we can observe that if you are simplifying this, you will get a scalar quantity because dot product of two vectors gives a scalar quantity. And so now that is nothing but the scalar triple product here. And the scalar triple product of vectors, three vectors gives, that means what we are geometrically, what it represents is volume of a parallelepiped. Volume of parallelepiped formed by those three vectors as in three adjacent sides of that parallelepiped here. And so therefore from this what we can write here is scalar triple product, we can write this as A bar dot B bar cross C bar, and you can observe here it is, the order is not important here. That means now you can write this as, you can also write this as, suppose I am taking this B bar dot A bar cross C bar you can write, or you can write this as C bar dot A bar cross B bar you can write. So like that you can write it any order here because finally we are going to get that scalar quantity there, right? And so then that is a scalar triple product of those vectors here. So that is a scalar triple product. And so then we can also express this as, we can express this scalar triple product as simply, so generally we express this scalar triple product of three vectors means we express like this, A bar, B bar, C bar. That means we express that A bar, B bar and C bar in brackets. That indicates we are going to find like this, A bar dot of B bar cross C bar we are going to find there. So like that, that is a scalar triple product definition here, right? So it is a scalar triple product means the product of three vectors gives a scalar quantity and it is defined like this. The meaning of this scalar triple product is we find the cross product of two vectors and then dot product with the third vector there. That gives the, this is the volume of the scalar triple product here. So here mention about that here. After this just mention about this. Therefore the scalar triple product of three vectors, scalar triple product of three vectors gives volume of a parallelepiped, volume of the parallelepiped formed by those three vectors as three adjacent sides. Those three vectors as three adjacent sides. And now let us see some uses or applications of this triple product are there. Or let us write this properties here. I am expressing them as in terms of properties. Properties of scalar triple product. So now this first one I am taking here, the first property. That means out of these three vectors, if you are taking that any two vectors are parallel to each other. Now let us see what will be the scalar triple product here. Out of three vector, if any two are parallel, then this scalar triple product A bar, B bar, C bar value will be 0, because that means actually if you want to write A bar, B bar, the scalar triple product of these three vectors, we can write it as A bar dot of B bar cross C bar, we can write, right? Now, if for example, if I am taking that B bar and C bar are parallel vectors, if B bar and C bar are parallel vectors, we know cross product of two parallel vectors will be 0, and so that this term will be 0, so total term will be 0. Or otherwise, if for example A bar and B bar are parallel to each other, then we know this cross product can also be expressed as B bar, that means B bar dot of, or if A bar and B bar are parallel, then C bar dot of A bar cross B bar you can write, right? And so then A bar cross B bar means that will be 0. Cross product of those parallel vectors A bar cross B bar term will be 0. So the triple product is 0. Similarly, if A bar and C bar are parallel, you can express this as A bar cross C bar into that B bar you can write. So A bar cross C bar is 0 means then that also term will be 0 we can write here. So then this term will be 0. And so that is any two vectors, not only either B or C here I am writing as I writing. So any two vectors you may consider them as parallel vectors, right? And so now here let us take this next vector here. So out of these three vectors, if any two vectors or equal vectors I am taking here. Out of three vectors, sorry, if any two vectors are equal, that is nothing but same as that of the previous only. Equal vectors means automatically they becomes a parallel vectors, right? So we are mentioning it as specially here. Actually this point is also we can get the conclusion from this. If two vectors are equal vectors means their magnitude must be same and direction must be same. So that means automatically you can call them as parallel vectors. So that the same reason we can say that its value will be 0. And you can also express this as if two vectors are parallel vectors, then the volume of this object formed by them will be equal to 0 we can say here. That is the reason why we are taking that cross product is two vectors are parallel vectors means the volume of this volume formed by this parallelepiped will become 0 here. It doesn't form any volume there, right? So then because of that reason it will be a cross product of three vectors, we are getting it as 0, triple product of three vectors. And next here if I am taking another important property or the important application of this scalar triple product here. And this we use actually for this only we are actually discussing this triple product of these vectors here. If vectors or all the three vectors are coplanar vectors, if all three vectors are coplanar vectors. If all three vectors are coplanar vectors, coplanar means all the vectors should lie in the same plane. Like suppose if A bar, B bar and C bar are lying in the same plane here. A bar, B bar and C bar are lying in the same plane like this, all lying in the same plane. If all the vectors are lying in same plane, then what is the volume formed by this parallelepiped here? So can we form the parallelepiped here if all the vectors are lying in the same plane? We can't form a parallelepiped there. That means we can't get the three-dimensional object if all the three vectors are lying in the same plane. That means volume is 0. Volume is 0 means then you should conclude that the triple product should also be 0. That means then this is the important property which we use here. If all the three vectors are coplanar vectors, then the scalar triple product A bar comma B bar comma C bar, this meaning is scalar triple product. So this scalar triple product is 0. So this is the important property as I said. This property, and actually because of this only we are discussing actually the scalar triple product. Otherwise there is no any other use for scalar triple product in our physics. In mathematics, again, you will get in vectors topic, and in vectors you will get the triple product, and you will get lot of problems based on triple product of vectors. But here for us in physics, majorly we use the triple product for this point only. If all the three vectors are coplanar vectors, that means if all the three vectors are lying in the same plane, then the scalar triple product will be 0. So that means sometimes they may give that three vectors will be given, and in that if all the three vectors are coplanar, they will give some unknown quantities in that. Like previously we solved one problem, when two vectors are parallel, they are giving some unknown quantities and we are finding that unknown quantities there. Similarly, if the three vectors are coplanar, then they will give some unknown values and we can find that unknown values in that vector, any one of that vector. And then we can also, sometimes they may also prove that which of the vectors are coplanar vectors. Then just we can find this scalar triple product of three vectors. If the three vector triple product is 0, then you can conclude that they are coplanar vectors, right? And so this is an important property here. And next what we can write here is, suppose I am writing this next property. If I am taking the triple product of basic unit vectors, let us say this, this is scalar triple product. Scalar triple product of basic unit vectors. So that is nothing but I cap, j cap and a k cap. If you are finding the scalar triple product of these three vectors, so this value is equal to 1. The scalar triple product of our basic unit vectors is I cap, j cap and k cap is, that is called triode actually, then that value will be equal to 1. And so this is nothing but you can simply prove like this. If you are finding the scalar triple product of these vectors here, suppose I am writing this as I cap dot of j cap cross k cap. Now you know the j cap cross k cap value. So j cap cross k cap value is nothing but I cap. So you will get this I cap dot I cap here. So I cap dot I cap is nothing but 1. So you can easily prove like this. Any vectors, any two vectors you can take like that, any order. So then you will get that value as 1, right? So that is triple product of scalar triple product of this basic unit vectors here. And next year we can discuss like if three vectors are given in components form, let us see how to find this scalar triple product here. Like suppose here what I am taking here is if a bar is equal to like ax I cap plus ay j cap plus az k cap, comma b bar is equal to bx I cap plus by j cap plus bz k cap, and c bar is equal to cx I cap plus cy j cap plus cz k cap. Then we need to find the scalar triple product of these three vectors. So then let us see this a bar dot of b bar cross c bar, which is nothing but simply what I am going to write is the scalar triple product of these three vectors I am going to find here, right? Then simply what you can write here is, we again use the determinant to find this. To find the scalar triple product, we use the determinant here. The determinant of those three vectors we need to consider here. The determinant of those three vectors means you can write here it as the first vector I am taking the first components I am writing here ax, ay and az. Now only now here I cap, j cap and k cap terms are not there because we are going to find the scalar triple product. Scalar triple product of three vectors will say scalar only. So when you are finding the determinant of these three vectors, then only we write the coefficients of that I cap, j cap and k cap along with the sign. But we don't write that I cap, j cap and k cap terms. And so then here next bx second vector by and this bz. And similarly, let us write the third vector cx, cy and cz. Just you need to find the determinant of this value here to find the scalar triple product of this. So that I can write this as a bar. So let us write directly that order. That means that the triple product of a bar, b bar and c bar is equal to. Now its determinant calculation is same as that of what we did for the cross product of the two vectors, right? The cross product of the two vectors, in the cross product of two vectors we mentioned like I cap into, when you are writing this I cap into, we neglected, that means this column and this row. Similarly, now instead of this I cap, Ax is there for us. So then we need to write Ax into, so now again we need to neglect this column and this row. Then multiplication is same here, just the difference is instead of I cap, j cap and k cap, you will get the Ax, Ay and Az terms you will get. That is only the difference there. Then Ax into, now we need to multiply these two terms. By into Cz minus Bz into Cy. Next minus Ay into. So there you need to remember that in case of that cross product here j cap will be there, then minus j cap we mentioned there in the previous discussion when you are discussing the cross product. Instead of this j cap, now simply ay is there, but for this ay also you need to write this minus ay. So minus ay into, now again you need to neglect this column and this row. So then again we need to multiply these two terms here, bx into cz minus cx into bz, that is plus az into, now we are taking this term here az into, now this column and this row we need to neglect. So then these two terms bx into cy minus cx into by. So that gives our scalar triple product of those three vectors there, right? So that means simply instead of taking this I cap, j cap and k cap, we take this coefficients of this first vector here, that's it. Then instead of that I cap, j cap, k cap, you will get some another constants you will get, and you need to simplify this. If you are simplifying this, you will get a number, right? You will get a numerical value here. And so that is nothing but scalar triple product of three vectors gives a scalar quantity there, right? And so now let us see this one problem based on this. So here I am taking the three vectors here. Three vectors, a bar is equal to 2i cap minus 3j cap plus k cap, comma b bar is equal to j cap plus k cap, and c bar is equal to I cap plus 2j cap plus 2k cap. If three vectors are given as a bar is equal to, note these values, then verify whether these three vectors are coplanar vectors or not. Verify whether those three vectors are coplanar vectors or not. And so now discussion here, we need to write this as determinant. That means the determinant value we need to find. If the determinant is obtained as 0, then you can conclude that those vectors are coplanar vectors. Otherwise you can say that those are non-coplanar vectors. So then I am writing this a bar, b bar and c bar, right? Then let us write these values here, determinant similar to that. So then first vector 2 minus 3 and this is 1, right? And next second vector, I cap coefficient of the second vector b bar is 0. I cap term is not there. So 0, 1, 1. And for this third vector, 1, 2 and 2, right? So just we need to simplify this term here. So let us simplify this term. 2 into, that means Ax term here. 2 into, we need to neglect this column and this row. We need to multiply these two. So this is 2 minus 2, right? Next, minus of this j cap we need to write, that is nothing but again minus 3 there, right? So minus of minus 3 into, now we need to multiply these two, 0 and then minus 1 plus k cap. K cap term here is 1. So 1 into, you need to multiply, we need to neglect this column and this row. We need to multiply these two values, 0 minus 1. So now let us simplify this. This term is 0 plus 3 minus 1 and this is minus 1, right? And so that therefore this value is minus 3 minus 1 we are getting, and therefore it is minus 4 we are getting here, right? And so we are getting minus 4 means we can conclude that those given vectors are non-coplanar vectors. That means they are not, all the three vectors are not lying in the same plane. So that means they are lying in the, all the three vectors are lying in the different planes there. That means they are non-coplanar vectors, we can conclude here. If you are getting this value as 0, then you can conclude that those vectors as the coplanar vectors we can conclude there, right? That is a verification of coplanar or non-coplanar vectors. So next to say this here, such a similar problem, 4 points are given here. Note those points here. Prove that. So write it as a problem. Prove that 4 points, 4i cap plus 5j cap plus k cap, comma, minus of j cap plus k cap, 3i cap plus 9j cap plus 4k cap, and minus 4i cap plus 4j cap plus 4k cap are coplanar. Right? Now here instead of vectors, points are given here. 4 points are given. So from those 4 points you need to take the 3 vectors. 3 vectors you need to consider, and we need to prove that all the 3 vectors are coplanar by including those 4 points. That means now suppose I am taking this point as, suppose say point A and this is point B, and this is point C and this is point D. Let us consider here. So let given points or consider A, B, C, D respectively, right? And so now here we need to consider this vector like AB vector or BA vector, any vector you may consider here. So BA vector let us consider as one vector, that means joining the points B and A, right? And so now you know this BA vector means you can write simply, in the last class also we discussed about that. Suppose if you are taking this A bar and B bar, that means A and B points like this. Suppose this is point A and point B here. So then OA vector will be like this and OB vector will be like this. This is our OA vector, this is point O, this is OA vector and this is OB vector. Now we are writing that the BA vector here, right? So then BA vector we are writing here. So then that BA vector we can write this value as, just by using that we can write here. So by using this, what here we can write this as OA bar is equal to, from this OB bar plus BA bar you can write here. In this order if you are writing, OB bar plus BA bar is equal to OA bar. And so from this BA bar is equal to, you can write this as OA bar minus OB bar you can write here. So in that way you need to write here. So then BA bar is equal to, I can write this as OA bar minus OB bar. And next similarly, that means now this is OA bar is nothing but this vector, position vector of point A, and OB bar is nothing but position vector of point B. And next similarly, let us take another vector like BC bar, joining that point B and C. So in a similar way, you can write this as OC bar minus OB bar you can write. And now including that fourth point, like suppose I am taking that fourth point as, suppose you may take either CD bar or BD bar also you can consider. Third vector, by including that fourth point we need to consider here. Suppose I am taking that as a CD bar. So then you can write this as CD bar means you can write this as OD bar minus OC bar you can write here, right? So now just by substituting these values, find these vectors, 3 vectors here. Now these are the 3 vectors. Now what you need to prove is the scalar triple product of these 3 vectors will be 0. BA bar comma BC bar comma CD bar is equal to 0, right? And that CD bar determinant is same as that of our previous calculations there. That means previously what we discussed there, that same calculation we need to determine, just we need to find there, right? You may consider this any by joining any two vectors. You may consider AC bar or BC bar or DA bar like that. Any three vectors you may form by joining those 4 points, by including those 4 points. Then we find the determinant of those three vectors there. That means we should get the 0 because they are already asking that the prove that all the three vectors are all the 4 points are coplanar points. That means we should get this determinant of these three vectors should be equal to 0, right? Then you can conclude that those 4 points are coplanar points. You can conclude there. So solve this problem. So next let us say this vector triple product here. So as we discussed here, the triple product again scalar triple product and vector triple product will be there. So in vector triple product means again the product of three vectors will be another vector, that gives another vector here. So right, if the product of three vectors gives another vector, if the product of three vectors gives another vector, then it is called vector triple product. If product of three vectors gives another vector, then it is called vector triple product. So it can be expressed now like this: A bar cross of B bar cross C bar. So then if it is in this form, then we can write this as A bar dot C bar, the dot product of these two vectors, into B bar minus of next the dot product of these two vectors A bar and B bar, first vector and this vector, into C bar, right? And whereas if it is order is like this, if the given order is given like this, instead of this A bar cross B bar cross, that means A bar cross B bar of cross C bar is given, then you need to write like this: A bar dot C bar into B bar minus B bar dot C bar into A bar, right? That means an order we need to write like this. And now similarly, suppose if it is given like B bar cross of C bar dot A bar is given, this is A bar here, A bar is given, then it is B bar dot A bar into C bar minus B bar dot of C bar into A bar. So like that, if it is order is, if the formula is like this, vector triple product, first you can observe that first we are writing the dot product of this first vector and last vector. So you can observe here, first vector and last vector, first vector and last vector, first term, into that middle vector we are writing here, B bar, for example, if you are taking this. Next we are writing the dot product of minus of this dot product of these two vectors into this C bar we are writing here, right? So now we can observe that this dot product of these two vectors means that gives one vector, and similarly the dot product of these two vectors means that gives another scalar. That means this value is a scalar, we are multiplying with vector. So this is one vector, and here also this totally this gives another vector. So that resulting vector will be another vector you will get here. And so actually here and so then that is a scalar triple product of these three vectors here. Just say based on this, for us in physics there is no problems generally based on this. They won't ask any problems based on the vector triple product, but you will get some problems in mathematics when this topic is when you are discussing this topic in mathematics, then you will get some problems based on the triple product of vector triple product of this vector triple products. But in physics, just if you know the formula, that's sufficient for us. There are no any problems based on this, right? But here they may ask some relations based on this. Suppose here, if I am adding, for example, all these vectors here, that means all these terms if I am adding here. So suppose I am taking this as A bar plus of B bar cross C bar plus B bar cross of C bar cross A bar plus C bar cross of A bar cross B bar. Now can you say its value? If you are adding all these terms simply, that means this sometimes they may ask directly this relation. So if they are asking this relation, if you are adding these terms here, then directly you can observe this. This term we are adding all these three terms, right? So then A bar dot C bar into B bar, and here observe this minus C bar dot A bar into B bar. And you know dot product obeys the commutative. That means a bar dot c bar and c bar dot a bar is same only. So then these two terms you can cancel. And similarly here b bar dot a bar into c bar, a bar dot b bar into c bar. So these two terms will be cancelled, and similarly these two terms will be cancelled. So you will get 0, right? And similarly here also you can add all the three terms there. A bar dot b bar, a bar cross b bar cross c bar plus of b bar cross c bar cross a bar plus c bar cross a bar cross b bar. So that value is equal to 0. Again this side also you can observe here, these two terms will be cancelled, and then BA, these two terms will be cancelled and these two terms will be cancelled. So that resulting will be a 0, you can conclude there. So this is plus sign here. So that means if you are adding that, you will get the term as 0, right? So you may consider like an example, if you want to verify for this, suppose I am taking this as I cap and this is j cap and this is k cap, let us consider here. So then let us write that order. Now let us verify for this, because for that you can verify it easily. I am writing like I cap cross of j cap cross k cap plus j cap cross of k cap cross I cap plus k cap cross of I cap cross j cap. So let us simplify this one. That means I am taking I cap, j cap and ABC as I cap, j cap, k cap I am taking, I am verifying this. And so now we can observe this. So this is I cap cross j cap cross k cap means j cap cross k cap is nothing but you will get again I cap, right? So I cap cross I cap plus j cap cross k cap cross I cap. So that is again j cap plus this is k cap cross j cap cross k cap, that is again k cap, and so which is nothing but you can write this as 0, that means 0 bar, null vector this resulting is. So that means I cap cross I cap is 0 and j cap cross j cap is 0 and k cap cross k cap is 0. So similarly there whether you are taking this order or this order, you will get that value as 0 only, right? So now here if you are taking this vector and from this actually you need to also remember one point here. If you are finding this vector here, that means if you are finding like a bar cross of b bar cross c bar, then you can conclude that this resulting vector will be lying in the plane of b bar and c bar, you can conclude here, lying in the plane of b bar and c bar. Similarly, for example, from this you can write the remaining. If you are taking this vector here, then this resulting vector lying in the plane of c bar and a bar you will get. And if you are taking this vector, then the resulting vector lying in the plane of a bar and b bar you can write. And similarly, if you are writing this vector here, then this vector lies in the resulting vector lies in the plane of a bar and b bar. That means this vector will lies in the plane of, the resulting vector will lies in the plane of a bar and b bar. Similarly, if you are taking that lies in the plane of b bar and c bar. And if you are considering this one, then it lies in the plane of c bar and a bar, you can consider there. That means that is from that you can conclude that point there. And you may get some other properties based on this, but those are not required for us. Just if you learn the definition of this triple product, whether if the order is given like this or if the order is given like this, then that's sufficient for us. Then no need of learning any further properties or the problems based on this triple product there. In triple product, basically we need for this coplanar condition, which we discussed earlier. That means in the scalar triple product of the vectors there. That property is used in physics for us. That means to verify whether those vectors are coplanar vectors or not, right? So it is a triple product of vectors and totally the product of these vectors here. So solve the problems based on these properties of these vectors. So in the next class I will start this NLM, Newton's laws of motion, right? Thank you.